Hey, what's up everybody? Chad Calek here, coming to you from my home in Santa Monica, California. As I promised in the last video that I put up, there were some more questions that came in after I posted the Q&A that I thought needed to be answered and addressed, because there are a couple questions I've been asked a few times, but I think the answer might be surprising. But let's get to it right away, and then I'll update you about some other things. This question came in from Danny from Brooklyn. He says, "Hey Chad, I spent over $5,000 submitting my film to over 100 festivals and only got into 3 of them, which they were very small, to be honest, in which a total of less than 50 people came to all 3 screenings combined. I have 2 questions, which are, how do I get into the larger festivals like Sundance or Tribeca? And secondly, I noticed that you don't go to film festivals. Why don't you submit to them? I think your films would do great." Well, thanks, Danny. I actually have done film festivals before. God, about 15 years ago, when I first started my career, I had made a film and sent it out. My first film, nobody picked it up, and I kept doing this until I finally got into a few film festivals with a film called A Clown Short of Destiny. And I was fortunate enough to win the Park City Film and Music Festival and the New York Independent International Film Festival. And that victory amounted to little more than a trophy and a piece of paper. I am telling you that film festivals, once you know how they work and what they really are, you'll never submit to them again. They are the biggest waste of time in the world. The idea that films are getting picked up for distribution and bought at film festivals is a thing of the past. There was a time where that happened, but it was a long time ago. How this works, for those that don't know, is a lot of these film festivals, you pay a submission fee, which in some cases the submission fee is as high as $500. And that doesn't mean that you get the money back if your film doesn't get picked up. You pay that much just so the, quote, programmers will watch your movie, ultimately decide they're not going to bring your film, and they'll send you a little rejection piece of paper, which fucking guts you. You feel like shit when you read that, and you're like, wow, my film isn't good enough? The truth is that film festivals, these are all the major ones like you listed here, Tribeca and Sundance. These are exhibits for studios, films that already have distribution agreements in place, or they're marketing the film as an indie film. They will play these films at the studios, all the while knowing they already have a deal in place, or they've already been funded by a major studio. It's not legitimate. These festivals are paid for by the independent filmmakers of America, by the starving artists that buy into the dream that they're going to send their film and someone's going to see it, love it, and then Warner Brothers is going to see it at this, amazing festival, and that they're going to, give the filmmaker millions of dollars for his film, and it's not true. It doesn't happen. These festivals are expensive, and if you look, the reason you said there's only less than 50 people came to all 3 of your screenings, it's because I'm sure that when you went to these festivals, you didn't have 10, 20, 30 grand to market your film and to let people know what it is, to run a trailer on local cable stations that, blanket the cities with posters. No one's going to come because no one knows what it is. And that sucks, because you probably went, out of your way to this festival hoping, people would see it. The Private Public, which was a film I made way back in the day, almost 18 years ago now. It was a romantic comedy that I made, and one of the festivals that it got into was a festival in Connecticut. God, if I can remember the name of it. But anyways, it was this festival in Connecticut. I was like, oh my God, we got into a real festival. And I went, and I remember our screening, I'm not even shitting you, our screening had 7 people. And not only did I pay the, $385 at that time to have my film looked at, it actually got into the festival because a friend of mine's agent was running the festival, and he was like, hey, I'll throw you a bone. And then I paid to fly out there, and yeah, nobody came. So you don't need festivals. In today's world, there are so many opportunities to get your film released. Although it does take a distributor to mass release your film through iTunes and, you know, Netflix, Hulu, the big companies. There are smaller ways that you can get your film seen. Vimeo. They are probably the most reliable site for independent filmmakers to have their film seen. You can upload your film on Vimeo as long as you have all the clearances, and you could start doing pay-per-view on Vimeo. I would just suggest that, because that begs the question, how do you get distribution? Well, how you get distribution is making waves by people liking your film, improving it online, or coming to see it. The main reason why I stopped going to film festivals, once I figured this out, is I was like, wait a minute, I'm going to a film festival because I want to get distribution. Why don't I just focus on becoming my own distributor and just cut that shit out? So once I kind of figured that out, then yeah, I moved on. So unfortunately, guys, film festivals are a waste of time. They are an absolute, I mean, it's preying off the little bit of money that starving artists have to fund these large weekend events that are basically exhibitions for, you know, big time studio films. It sucks, but that's the truth of it. So skip the film festivals, man. The fact that you spent $5,000 on it breaks my fucking heart. Because I know, man, when you're a young filmmaker, $5,000 is a lot. It's a lot of money for anybody. But when you're a young filmmaker, I mean, that's like, you know, everything, you know. So I'm really sorry to hear that, man, but keep it up. You know, today's world is more built for filmmakers than any other time in history. So keep rocking. Next question I didn't answer last time, but I should have, because it gets asked on a daily basis. Will Sir No Face ever come out on DVD? Of course, it'll be a limited run on DVD, but it'll come out, you know, wide through you know, Netflix and iTunes and Hulu and all those. But that's not going to be till probably mid-2018. You know, right now we're really focusing on the touring and you know, having people come out to see this film in a really special way, and then being able to conversate about the film and talk about it and share all the details that we have. And Craig, you know, to get the chance to share his details. It's definitely a film that requires you know, discussion and debate, which I love. But yeah, of course, I mean, all the films that I make eventually come out on their platforms. The Blood Red Sky is coming out soon, American Ghost Hunter's out, and yes, of course, Sir No Face will come out. So anyways, those are just a couple questions that were important that I meant to answer that I didn't. So I hope those answers work. Having said that, I am still finishing up the part 2 of the podcast with Rich Super for PARAMERICAN Radio. At the very latest, that'll come out tomorrow morning. I got way sidetracked today, actually with stuff to do with the tour, so I had to do some editing and make a different, shorter tour trailer, and just a lot of details, boring stuff, stuff that would bore you to talk about it, so not boring for me. But yeah, so everything's going awesome. Like I said, we're going to be rolling out all kinds of information about the tour very, very soon. I promise you that. Next week's going to be a big week, and by the end of next week, I believe that they are shooting to have the first round of tickets the first week or so of the tour, if not the second week. They're shooting to have those on sale by next Friday. So things are moving really quickly. Having said that, I have not eaten dinner yet, so I'm going to eat dinner real quick. Much love, all the best, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.